Hello, today I'm going to demonstrate how to make some salsa. This salsa is from Concord Foods Salsa seasoning mix, and then I also will add in a few additional ingredients as well. First of all, we're going to start off with the mild salsa, and what you'll do is the three main ingredients that we're going to work with today is going to be your salsa pack of seasoning, your onions, and your petite diced tomatoes. We're going to use the canned tomatoes. Any can of tomatoes is fine. It doesn't matter the brand. We're going to start off with pouring the can of tomatoes into our bowl here. Okay, and then after you do that, we're going to put in our onions. I've got onions and garlic in here, and what I did was I boiled 2 cups of water, and I went ahead and poured that water over that onions and garlic in a strainer, and that way it would kind of knock off some of the juices and it wouldn't make it so potent in your salsa. So we're going to go ahead and add that in there. We're going to stir that up, just kind of blend it for us there. And then we're going to go ahead and add our salsa pack. It's the Concord Foods salsa seasoning mix. And we'll just throw that in there right there. We're going to mix that up. And for your onions, I prefer the red onions, and it's about 1/4 of a cup. You need about 14 ounces of the tomatoes, the petite diced, and then the cilantro. It's just basically how much you like. If you don't like it at all, you don't have to add it in there. I do, so I'm going to go ahead and add it. And I've coarsely chopped some cilantro. We'll put that in our bowl as well. And then we're going to stir that up there. This is our mild salsa. You can chill this in your refrigerator for 30 minutes. After you've chilled it, it's ready to eat just with tortilla chips, or you can put it on your chicken or however you prefer it. Today we're going to eat it with tortilla chips. As far as the salsa, I do like to have mine in the refrigerator for probably about 24 hours just to let all the flavors blend and everything, really well. We're going to move on to our next salsa. Now this salsa is actually going to be a little bit more homemade. I've got about 8 or 9 Roma tomatoes in this. It calls for 4 to 5. I think a little bit more is better. What I've done is I have chopped about 6 to 7 of our Roma tomatoes in the food processor here. And I'm just going to pour all that in there for us. And I have added a few optional ingredients, which is the cilantro and the garlic. Really it's just the onions, the sauce pack, and the tomatoes that you need. Now I like to add a few of the chunky tomatoes because I like my salsa chunky. And so we'll mix that up there. And this is all fresh tomatoes. It's not your canned tomatoes. It's a little bit different. And then as well as the other one, I went ahead and put boiling water over these onions and garlic as well. I'm going to pour those in there, just to take away some of the juice there that's so potent when you first cut them. Now, I have also added in some jalapenos. This is going to be our hot salsa, and I'm going to stir this up here. Now, for this one, I'm actually adding the salsa mix that's for the hot recipe, and you can get it hot or mild, and this one's the hot, so I want to add this in here. This one has some extra jalapenos, so you definitely don't want to eat this one if you don't like jalapenos. I'm going to mix that up there. And then we're going to add our cilantro. And we'll mix this up as well. And again, we're just going to put this in the refrigerator, let it sit for about 30 minutes if you want it just to make for something pretty fast, or like I said, I prefer to leave it in there for about 24 hours. I think it's a lot better the longer you leave it. I think the better it gets. I think you guys will really enjoy this salsa tomorrow, and we'll be looking to